Welcome to your first orientation video for MIT 081 Basic Arithmetic Lab Hybrid Format Spring 18 at Scottsdale Community College. My name is Amy Volpe, and I've put together 3 videos for you to help you learn about the course. So since we have a lab hybrid course, our class will never meet all at the same time in person, so I wanted you to have this information to get started. So first, let's look at the syllabus. So since you are at this video, you've already been here, and a copy of the syllabus is above the orientation assignment. Now notice it's 16 pages. You don't need to print this out, and I'm not going to read the whole thing. I just want to tell you about some important highlights. However, you should read the whole thing thoroughly so you understand all of the course policies. So on this page, there's just some basic information about the course. Here's my email address. That's the best way to reach me. And I also have voicemail. I do check that daily, but you'll probably get a quicker response via email. If you need to reference this syllabus later, here's a table of contents so you know what page to go to. So your first question probably is, what is a lab hybrid course? So if you signed up for this class or are located in Student Center or Find a Class, it was listed as a hybrid course. And we're specifically calling this a lab hybrid course because in a hybrid course you spend part of your time in person doing work and part of your time doing things on the computer online. And in this hybrid course, your in-person time is going to be spent in our lab, which we call the Math Step Lab. And it's located on the Scottsdale campus at CM 473. Okay. So, the in-person requirement for this course is weekly attendance in the Math Step Lab, which is located in CM 473. During that time, you can work on assignments, take exams, receive help, etc. So when you're working on a course without a regular lecture and class time, you're inevitably going to need some help and answer some questions. So this is your time to do that. If you need to spend more time than 50 minutes in the lab, you are more than welcome to come as frequently as you'd like. Okay. So this is our calendar of lab hours. Okay. And it's kind of like a store or the Quick Trip. These are the hours, and you can show up whenever you want. You don't have to make an appointment. If one week you want to come on a Monday and the next week you want to come on a Wednesday, that's fine. It's up to you as long as you come in a minimum of 50 minutes per week. You will have 4 exams in this course, and they're also held in this classroom. And during those weeks, taking the exam will count as your lab time. Again, you can still come to the lab extra if you would like. Okay. Make sure when you come to the Math Step Lab, an instructor will be there, probably to remind you, but make sure every time you come in, you log in to the computer on your left, and there's directions right there for how to log in. You'll need your MEID or student ID and password, so you're going to log in and log out every time you come to the lab so we can keep track of your hours. Okay. Here's the course description for this class. It's very long, okay? It's very detailed, so these are the things you're going to learn this semester, and I'll let you read that at your leisure. So now, what do you need for this class? So you don't necessarily need the book, okay? And the book is only $26. We wrote this book here at SCC, so it's not expensive, but the book has more things than you need. So if you want to buy it, almost everything you need except for one media lesson packet is in it. You'll just have to print, I think it's about 8 pages. Okay. But your other option is you'll see in Math AS in a future video, each media lesson packet for each unit is located as a PDF. And you can just download it and print it as you go, unit by unit. Okay. So it does cost money like paper and ink or toner or whatever to print things, but this is probably the more economical version. But whatever you prefer is fine. Okay. You need a Math AS account, which you already have. It's free, and you're all signed up. Okay. You need a calculator. Calculators are required for this class. There are things that I have you compute that if you didn't have a calculator, it would even take me 10 minutes. So you'll want to have one. I most highly recommend the TI-30XS Multiview. Make sure there's a lot of TI calculators, so if you decide to buy this one, I think it's under $15, that you get the XS, not the X2 or the XA or the one without the multi-view. So make sure you get this specific one. I have made a lot of videos on how to use the calculator specifically in this class. They're only about 8 minutes, but you'll find that when I show you how to do a few things, you'll find this calculator invaluable. You can also use it for your next class, 091. You may not use your cell phone or the computer calculator during exams, so you'll need a handheld calculator that can't access the internet. I know if you already have one, you probably don't want to spend the $15, and that's fine, but I think if you get this one, you'll be very happy you did. You need a computer to do assignments. You can also do computer or do work on the computers on campus in the MassStep lab, and here are some other places. An email, and I've set things up with your Maricopa email address, so you should be set on that front. There are campus resources related to this class. Your number one resource is the MassStep lab. So if you need help and you're available any of those hours that they're open, it's about 21 hours that we have the lab open, that's the best place to go. It's run by all instructors who have taught these classes and know exactly, they're teaching other lab hybrid classes, and they know exactly how everything works. Okay. If you need extra help and the MassStep lab isn't open, we also have the Math and Science Tutoring Center. There's their information. And we have an excellent disability resource office at Scottsdale Community College. Feel free to contact them if you have a documented disability, and they will contact me about any related accommodations. I will be happy to provide you to improve your learning. Now, here's the course structure. So this is basically what you're going to do in this course. And I'm going to go through this. We're going to have our third video. I'm going to go through how to do this in really fine detail. So here, this is a good reference to look at later if you say, what am I supposed to do next? But you'll see all of this, more specifically the place where you're going to do it. Okay. So there are 12 units in this course, and you start each unit if you'd like, by taking a pretest. Okay, with the pretest, you can potentially test out of having to complete that unit if you already know the material. So frequently students come to this class and they remember integers but not fractions, or they're great at percents. So if you can prove that ability before the unit starts by getting 80 or higher on the pretest, then you can skip to the next unit. Do know that you will have to do the review, exam review, and you will be tested on this material on an exam. So it doesn't go away. This is just a way to help you move more quickly if you remember some material. Then to complete a unit in the course, there's basically 3 things. This is very detailed. You're going to complete a media lesson packet by watching videos. That's like the lecture portion of the course. Then you're going to do the homework assignment. Okay, there's more information here on how many points you need and what you need to do, but we're going to see all of that in the third video. And then you complete a quiz. Okay, so it's pretest, media lesson videos, homework, quiz. Then you move on to the next unit or an exam review if you've finished the 3 units. So every 3 units, there's a review, and the review prepares you for an exam. Okay. So you're going to complete this review. Once you complete it with 100%, it's set up like the homework, so you'll be able to repeat the problems as many times as you like. Don't be worried about those. Again, you'll see how easy it is when we get to the third video. And then you're going to take the exam. Okay. You're allowed to use a calculator on the exam. Okay. Again, no cell phones. You should bring a calculator, a pen or pencil, and a photo ID so we can identify your identity before you take the exam. Exams will be held in CM 473, that's the MassStep lab. If you find noise very distracting, people might be asking questions, We have noise canceling headphones that you can use. If you think that room will just be too distracting for you in general, we can arrange for you to take it at the testing center. Okay, so please read through these details if you're interested in that option. Okay. There aren't specific deadlines for each of the individual unit assignments, but you're expected to complete approximately 1 unit per week or an exam. Okay, so I've set some exam deadlines, and the reason for this is if we don't have deadlines, we tend to put things off. However, I want to remain flexible enough where I don't say this assignment is due on this day. I want you to be able to spend your time working on material to learn it well. It's all about mastering the information in this class, not just trying to get through it so you can jump through the next hoop. Okay, and work through it as you need. Okay, so these are a little bit flexible, but you'll have to contact me if you're not going to finish the exams by these deadlines. You can always finish exams early, and some students actually finish this course, and then you could sign up for the 091 Lab Hybrid. You could maybe even finish 2 in a semester. So your grades, there's 2 main components that make up your grade: the online quizzes in Math AS and the exams. So we have 25% and 75%. The rest of the assignments are considered prerequisite assignments, meaning you have to do them to get to the quiz and to the exam, but they're not worth points. So I will work with you until you're required to get 80% on every online quiz before you can move on. Okay, and I will always work with you so you can meet that goal. Okay, similarly, on every exam, you need to earn 70% or higher. Okay, most students will do this. If you've done all the work beforehand, then you should do very well on the exam. Okay, if not, I'll work with you. We could talk about study skills and how you prepared, and you'll be able to retake the exam until you meet that threshold. Okay, so we'll keep moving you forward. We'll make sure that you learn everything well, and I'll work with you if you're having any trouble. Okay. And then here are some policies that you can read through, and college policies as well. Okay, so that's a summary of the syllabus. In the next video, I'm going to show you some features of Math AS, the learning management system that we're using in this course.